wouldn't shock me if the GOP takes both chambers of Congress, but it sure looks like they'll take the House. Given that Wall Street sees President Biden as anti-business, you can expect the market's going to be thrilled with Republican victory.
All aboard!
Plus, Wall Street always loves divided government because it means that Washington can't do anything. They know nothing.
That happens on a show?
That's the most popular show on CNBC. He's been doing that for decades.
We're all monkeys. We're just all monkeys. Okay, let's just move on. That was CNBC's Jim Cramer yesterday explaining how the market might react to the midterm elections. The Dow Jones had risen over 300 points on Monday ahead of what investors thought would be a red wave ushering in tax cuts and other corporate handouts. But things didn't work out the way they expected, and the markets did in fact react to that. So before the voting began, CNBC again gave away the game, writing this: market participants are expecting Republicans to take back the House of Representatives and possibly win the Senate as well when the results start rolling in Tuesday night. Investors tend to like the notion of gridlock. Think about that in Washington with a divided Congress and president because it will limit government spending, new taxes, and regulations. Wall Street goons want to cut cuts to government spending, obviously, because they want to benefit from tax cuts and all of that. In turn, less inflation could, at the margin, reduce the need for the Federal Reserve to continue to raise interest rates aggressively, something that these businesses and wealthy people despise. The S&P 500 is down nearly 20% in 2022 as the Fed has raised its benchmark interest rate from effectively zero at the start of March to a range of 3.75 to 4%. So Cenk, none of this surprises me. I did notice that the markets were rallying yesterday, and I was like, this is interesting. And then as results started to come in, the market started to tank.
Yeah, and now today they were down 600 points. So guys, the most important part of this, and it is that this is a really important part of politics, essential part. These guys that are in the markets are both bankers and giant corporations. And they're the top donors in the country, political donors. So look at what CNBC, their Mecca, just told you. They love gridlock. Now, do you know why we've had gridlock for the last 40 years? Because they paid for gridlock and they got gridlock. So you know who likes the status quo? Someone who's already at the top. So Republicans are always telling you, oh, it's the Latino guy who crossed the border, it's the Muslim guy who might come into the country, et cetera. It's the trans person in Florida. What are you talking about? They have no power at all. They're asking you to fight people below you sometimes, right? The guy who has no money at all that crossed the border. When the real problem is the guys above you, and the guys above you pay the Republicans to make sure that they grind things to a halt. By the way, they also pay the Democrats to get gridlock. They pay for it, and at the end of the day, when you get no change, they remain at the top and you remain at the bottom. So that's how this game is played, and every once in a while they accidentally admit it.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
So you know what raising taxes on the rich polls at? I mean, you'll never see it in mainstream media. 76%. 3/4 of the country says, "Will you, for God's sake, raise taxes on the rich already? We're dying paying taxes here, and the rich always pay no taxes. They always got the loopholes, et cetera, right?" And the donors go, "Nope. I'm gonna pay some Democrats, I'm gonna pay some Republicans, I'm gonna get them to do fake fights, I'm gonna grind it to a halt, and you're not gonna raise taxes on me at all, even though 3/4 of the country wants it. We're not gonna have any regulations, we're not gonna have anything that limits corporate rule." And that's exactly what they were rooting for in this election. That's what they root for in every election. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.